All right, so we're going deep on IsoBone Massage today.
IsoBone Massage.
Yeah, have you heard of this?
I have heard of it.
So it's this idea that you can actually strengthen your bones through massage.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that wild?
It is wild.
Like you think about exercise being good for bone health, but massage. So we've got a ton of research articles we're going to look at today to try to figure out if this is legit or just total hype.
Okay, well, I'm excited to learn more.
Yeah, me too.
So I think what's interesting about IsoBone Massage is that it's part of like a larger system called IsoTone.
IsoTone.
Yeah, and IsoTone is this really cool fitness and physical therapy device that basically uses adaptive resistance.
Okay.
And so it's like this multi-tool that you can use for your body and has all sorts of different applications. But what we're going to be focusing on today is specifically the bone strengthening aspect.
Okay, so IsoTone is the device.
Yes.
IsoBone Massage is the specific technique that uses that device.
Okay, got it. But how can massage possibly make bones stronger?
What,
I mean, they're not muscles.
That's true. They're not muscles, but they're not inert either.
Right.
Bones are living tissue, and they are constantly remodeling themselves.
Okay.
And the research suggests that mechanical stimulation can actually influence that remodeling process.
So like the kind of stimulation we get from exercise.
Exactly.
But in this case, we're talking about massage.
Right, like targeted massage.
Okay, so it's not just about building muscle around the bone, it's about stimulating the bone itself.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, to understand this better, maybe we should talk about bone fracture threshold, or BFT.
Yes, BFT. That's a good place to start.
So that's basically how much stress your bones can withstand before they break. Right.
Yeah, basically.
So a higher BFT means you're less likely to fracture a bone if you trip and fall or something like that.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of factors that affect your BFT, like your age, your bone density, the health of the tissues surrounding your bones, and IsoBone Massage aims to kind of boost your BFT on all of those different fronts.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay, so how does it actually do that?
How does it do that?
What's the technique like?
Yeah, what is the technique?
Is it like a deep tissue massage?
I know.
But on your bones?
You would think, right?
Yeah.
It's not quite like that from what I've read in all these articles.
Okay.
The technique actually involves using the IsoTone device to apply gentle rhythmic strokes along the length of the bone. And there's different attachments you can use to target specific areas, but the key is consistent light pressure.
So not like digging into the bone?
No, not at all. It's more like almost like a rhythmic tapping.
Interesting. And I read that the IsoTone device generates heat. So does that play a role?
It does, and this is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Because the warmth from the device is thought to enhance the effects of the massage.
So like how heat can make muscles more pliable.
Right, exactly.
And you're thinking maybe it's a similar principle, but with bone tissue.
That's the idea.
So the heat kind of primes the bones for the massage.
Yeah, it makes them more receptive to the stimulation.
Okay. That's really cool.
Yeah, it is.
So which bones are we talking about here?
Well, the research really highlights a few key target areas.
Okay.
Starting with the long bones in your legs, the femur, and the tibia.
Makes sense. I mean, those are the ones that bear the most weight, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And probably the most prone to fractures.
Yeah.
Especially as we age.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've got the legs covered. What about the arms?
Yep. Upper limb bones, so the humerus radius and ulna, IsoBone massage in those areas, could potentially improve flexibility and blood flow.
Which are important for healthy joints and range of motion.
Exactly.
Okay, so arms and legs. What about the rest of the body?
So it does target other areas too.
Okay.
We're talking ribs, thoracic spine, even facial bones.
Facial bones.
Yeah.
I know it sounds a little strange. It does.
But, think about the role that those bones play in breathing.
Right.
Posture, even your facial structure.
Okay, I'm starting to see the bigger picture here.
Yeah.
It's not just about preventing broken bones. It's about overall bone health.
Exactly. And that's what's so interesting about IsoBone Massage is that it's a proactive approach.
Right.
Rather than waiting for something to go wrong.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned bone remodeling earlier.
I did.
So how does IsoBone Massage actually stimulate that process at a cellular level?
Okay, let's break it down.
Okay.
Our bones are constantly being broken down and rebuilt.
Okay.
And this is done by cells called osteoclasts.
Osteoclasts. Those are the ones that break down the bone?
Yes, exactly. And then the ones that rebuild it are called osteoblasts.
Okay, so it's like a constant construction project.
It is a constant construction project going on inside our bones.
That's pretty wild.
It is pretty wild. And what IsoBone Massage seems to do is stimulate those osteoblasts.
The bone builders.
Yeah, encourage them to lay down new bone tissue. Okay.
And the research suggests that this, combined with improved blood flow and, the flexibility of the tissues surrounding the bones, can actually lead to an increase in bone density and overall strength.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is all starting to come together, but let's get practical here. Who stands to benefit the most from this?
Well, based on the research, the potential applications are pretty wide-ranging. We're talking about elderly individuals who are trying to prevent falls, athletes who are looking to speed up recovery and prevent stress fractures, even people with conditions like osteoporosis.
Wow. So we're talking about people who are at risk of breaking bones, people who are really pushing their bones to the limit, and people whose bones are already weakened.
Exactly.
Seems like IsoBone Massage could be a really valuable tool for all of them.
Absolutely. It's about taking a proactive, holistic approach to bone health throughout life.
That's awesome. It is.
Okay, so we've talked about the what and the why of IsoBone Massage.
We have.
Now I think we need to get into the how.
The how, let's do it.
Let's talk about the actual techniques.
I'm ready.
Let's get into the nitty-gritty of how to do IsoBone Massage.
All right, let's do it. So you want to learn how to actually do this?
Let's do it, yeah.
All right, so let's break down these techniques.
Okay.
Are you ready to get hands-on, so to speak?
I'm ready. Let's start with the leg bones.
Yeah.
The femur and the tibia. Those are the big ones.
Yeah, the workhorses.
I'm picturing like long, sweeping strokes.
Not exactly. For the femur and tibia, you actually use the spherical attachment on the IsoTone device.
Get it.
And you glide it along the length of the bone.
Okay.
Think gentle, consistent pressure, almost like a rhythmic tapping.
Okay.
Rather than like a deep massage.
So not kneading the bone.
No.
More like stimulating it with repeated taps.
Exactly. And remember, those bones are pretty big.
Right.
So you're aiming for like 12 strokes per bone.
Okay.
And you want to alternate between sides.
Gotcha. So you're covering the entire length of the bone.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm already picturing myself trying this out.
Yeah.
What about the upper limb bones? The humerus, radius, and ulna.
Yeah. So for those, you'll switch to the cylindrical attachment on an IsoTone device.
Okay. Different technique.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Smaller bones.
Right.
More targeted approach.
Exactly. You're still using those rhythmic strokes, but with a smaller tool.
Okay.
And you can do this one either seated or standing, whatever's more comfortable for you.
Okay.
But the key is to keep your arm extended.
So you can access the whole bone.
Yeah, exactly. Again, about 10 strokes per bone, alternating sides.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
So legs and arms are covered.
Yes.
Now this is where it gets interesting for me.
Okay.
How do you even approach IsoBone Massage on the ribs and spine?
I know it sounds a little intimidating.
It does.
But remember, it's all about gentle stimulation.
Okay.
So for the ribs and thoracic spine, you'll actually lie on your back or sit upright.
Okay.
And you'll use the IsoTone device to make circular motions.
Circular motions.
Yeah, along those areas.
Interesting. So you're not stroking the bones directly.
No.
You're working the areas around them.
Exactly. You're targeting those intercostal spaces.
Intercostal.
Yeah, the gaps between your ribs.
Okay.
Think light pressure, almost like a gentle vibration.
Okay.
And do about 8 to 10 circles per section.
Okay, I'm starting to understand how this can be applied to all these different parts of the body.
Yeah.
It's not one size fits all. It's very tailored
Exactly.
to the specific anatomy.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready for this next one?
Okay, hit me.
Facial bones.
Facial bones, yes.
Massaging your face with this IsoTone device.
I know.
I'm a little apprehensive about this one.
I understand it sounds a bit out there.
Yeah.
But for the facial bones, the technique is incredibly gentle.
Yeah.
They recommend using a warmed up IsoTone device. You can achieve that by like doing some light exercises with it beforehand.
Okay.
And then you just apply those same rhythmic strokes, but with the lightest touch along the cheekbones, jawline, even the forehead.
So it's almost like a gentle facial massage, but you're using the IsoTone device instead of your hands.
That's a good way to put it. And just like a regular facial massage, the goal is to promote blood flow and lymph drainage.
Makes sense.
Which can benefit not just the bones, but also your skin and the muscles in your face.
Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better.
Good.
And lastly, what about the vertebrae and the neck?
Yeah, so for this one, you'll sit upright and use the IsoTone to gently glide along your cervical spine.
The cervical spine.
Yeah, that's the upper part of your spine in your neck.
Gotcha.
Again, it's all about light pressure and smooth movements just to release tension and improve flexibility.
So basically tracing the line of the spine with the IsoTone.
Yeah.
Using those gentle strokes.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Now, remember we talked about the warmth from the IsoTone device?
Yeah, that was the part that really intrigued me.
Right.
It seems like it adds another dimension.
It does.
It's the whole technique.
And while they haven't given like a specific temperature to aim for.
Okay.
The general guidance is to warm up the IsoTone to a comfortable level before you use it for massage. They even suggest doing a few minutes of exercise with it beforehand.
Oh, interesting.
Which not only warms it up, but also gets your blood flowing.
So it's like a 2-for-1
It is.
mini workout and then a targeted bone massage,
Yeah.
all with the same device.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It's a clever way to integrate it
Yeah.
into a routine.
This whole breakdown has been so helpful.
Good.
I feel like I can actually picture how IsoBone massage works now.
Awesome.
So now that I have a sense of the techniques,
Yes,
are you ready to delve into who might benefit the most from this?
I am. Let's talk about the real-world applications of this thing.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, so we've covered what it is and how to do it, but now I really want to talk about who would benefit most from IsoBone massage.
Yeah, that's the big question, right?
Who should be looking into this?
Well, the potential applications are pretty amazing. We've already talked about a few groups like elderly individuals,
Right.
athletes, and people with osteoporosis.
Right.
But let's unpack those a bit further.
Okay, yeah, let's start with fall prevention in the elderly.
Okay.
I can see how strengthening those weight-bearing bones would be huge.
It would be huge because as we age,
Yeah.
our bones naturally become more fragile, and that increases the risk of fractures.
Especially from falls.
Especially from fall. Exactly. So IsoBone massage could be a game changer for strengthening
Right.
the femur and tibia, those crucial leg bones.
Yeah, it's like building a stronger foundation so those falls are less likely to have those devastating consequences.
Exactly. And you can even amplify that effect by combining IsoBone massage with exercises
Oh, okay.
that improve balance and coordination.
So it's like a multi-pronged approach
Exactly.
to fall prevention.
Yep.
That's amazing. Okay, now what about athletes?
Athletes.
They're constantly putting stress on their bones.
They are.
So I imagine IsoBone massage could be helpful for recovery and injury prevention.
Absolutely. Whether it's running, jumping, lifting weights.
Yeah.
Athletes are putting their bones through a lot. So IsoBone massage could really help alleviate that stress and promote blood flow to those areas.
So faster recovery and lower risk of stress fracture.
Exactly. Win for athletes.
Totally. And that increased blood flow also means faster delivery of nutrients to the bone tissue, right?
Right, which is essential for repair and rebuilding.
Awesome. Okay, so let's talk about osteoporosis.
Okay.
We know that this condition weakens the bones, makes them really fragile.
It does.
How might IsoBone massage fit into an osteoporosis management plan?
That's a great question. Now, IsoBone massage is not a cure for osteoporosis,
Right.
but the research suggests that it could play a supportive role
Okay.
in managing the condition by stimulating bone remodeling and improving blood flow.
Okay.
It might help slow down bone loss and potentially encourage some new bone growth.
So it's not just about preventing further damage, it's about promoting healing and strengthening.
Exactly. It's about harnessing the body's natural healing capabilities
Right.
and giving those bone-building cells a little boost.
That's what makes this so exciting. It's like an active way to participate
Yes.
in your own bone health.
Yeah.
This has been a really mind-blowing deep dive.
It has.
IsoBone massage seems like a revolutionary approach to bone health.
It really does.
Yeah.
And it has potential applications for people
Yeah.
of all ages and activity levels.
I agree. It's so fascinating to see how we're moving beyond just treating problems after they arise
Right.
to this more proactive approach
Exactly.
where we're supporting the body's ability to heal and strengthen itself.
I love that.
Yeah, me too. So before we wrap up,
Okay.
is there any advice you would offer to someone who's intrigued by this?
Yeah. I would say while the techniques we discuss seem pretty straightforward,
Right.
it's always wise to consult with a healthcare professional
Of course.
before starting any new health or wellness regimen,
Right.
especially if you have any underlying health conditions.
Yeah.
A physical therapist or a doctor who's familiar with IsoBone massage
Okay.
can help you tailor the techniques to your needs.
And make sure you're doing it right.
Exactly.
Yeah, safety first.
Safety first.
Okay, great. Well, I think we covered it all.
I think so.
The science, the techniques, and the potential applications of IsoBone massage.
We did it.
This was an awesome deep dive.
It was really interesting.
So to our listeners, we encourage you to do your own research.
Yes.
Maybe even consider incorporating IsoBone massage into your routine.
With the guidance of a healthcare professional.
Always. Always.
Of course.
But remember, taking care of your bones is an investment in your long-term health and well-being.
Absolutely.
I couldn't have said it better myself. That's all for our deep dive on IsoBone massage.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Thanks for joining us.